But you know who I've heard that they say is one of the one that actually like
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, Smokey, what you seen, and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think, and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we here on Trash Talk. Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of the Trash Talkers podcast.
We made it.
We made it, Smoke.
Yeah.
Today's topic is something interesting.
Yeah.
Why do so many people say Woodstock 99 was absolutely horrific? And I know a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about this?
Yeah, a little bit. Apparently at Woodstock 99, it was unlike the other two Woodstocks that happened before because it was less about peace and love and more about rioting.
Wait, so there was two
Yeah, there was Woodstock 69, which is the original.
Okay.
And, that's flower power, hippies,
Peace,
love, peace, and music. We're all here to just celebrate life and happiness and, have a good old time. Which, there are some nefarious things that happen there also. But apparently not like 99. But there was also 94.
That's what I was going to say. So there was a Woodstock 94.
Yeah, and I guess that makes 25 years. And then they decided to do it again in 99 to make the 30-year anniversary.
You know anything about Woodstock 94?
A little. I mean, I'm sure there's some things that happened there also. But I haven't seen, like, the documentaries like there are on 94. And, of course, 69. Of course, there's many documentaries about that.
Right. Now, what's interesting, though, is, we spoke about Woodstock in one of our previous reactions, and we brought up Woodstock 99, and a lot of trash talkers say, dude, that was mayhem.
Yeah.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
I mean, and, first of all, the things that happen when you have a big venue of people, things are going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
yeah, every festival, things happen. And a lot of times it's innocuous, just heat exhaustion, heat stroke, people moshing or whatever, and, breaking arms and things like that. Occasionally, some substances get done. And,
I'm sure.
Somebody gets found, face down or something.
Like, dude, okay. So, I want to Google this real quick and just see what a quick synopsis is. So the headline is some of the worst things happened at Woodstock 99 that a human could possibly conceive. From the horrific to the just plain lame, the most terrible things about one of modern concert's biggest debacles. So it says Woodstock 99 was supposed to celebrate the 30th anniversary of peace, love, and happiness. Instead, the Rome, New York festival earned the infamous distinction of the day the 90s died. There were tons of contributing factors that made the fest anti-Woodstock. Organizers trying to wring every last dollar from festival goers, from ticket prices to costly water bottles. A festival site built atop a hot tarmac in late July heat, a poorly curated and scheduled lineup, and an angry, aggressive crowd that left a charred festival site and sexual assaults in its wake. Wow, dude. So, what I know from Woodstock 99 is that the first day was cool. It was good music, and and it's always like, and I want to say it lasted for 3 days. Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first day was cool, and then day 2 comes around, and let's not forget this is 100+ degree weather.
Yeah, and then they said it was on a tarmac. This was on an Air Force base.
Oh, is that what a tarmac is?
Yeah.
So
that's a runway. It's a tarmac. Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, it's not on grass.
I mean, I'm sure there was grass there also, but they're in a wide open space,
right?
Rather than being on a farm like they were with the original one,
Where? Okay, well, what I'm saying is day 1, okay, everything must be good. You got your favorite bands. Then
people are happy to be there.
Yeah, and water is $2 a bottle. Then day 2, now water's getting scarce. Now water's $3 a bottle, and people are getting tired and hangry and hungry, and and with all these people around, you're getting so many different vibes and energies from so many different people day 3 comes around, and we'll get to the bands here in a minute. But just talking about the human aspect of it, so that's 3 days of you being in smoldering heat,
not sleeping, because people are partying around you at all time. So you go in your tent to try to sleep, and it's probably not happening. Not to mention like the backup of the porta potties, and
I didn't even think of that.
Just urine and feces flowing out because the porta potties are overflowing, and there's just so many people there, and they're incapable of handling the waste disposal like they should.
How if you had to take a guess, how many people were at Woodstock 99?
I don't know. Does it say on there?
Let's see.
I mean, over 100,000.
Let's see here. Oh my God.
What was it?
220,000 people were in attendance.
So
with
almost a 250,000.
Only 10,000 people were working the festival.
Yeah.
So,
which I mean, that's a sensible ratio,
10,000 to 220.
You can't hire 100,000 people. I mean, especially this one. That's what made a lot of people mad. Also, is because they saw it as almost like extortion. Like these people are trying to make as much money as possible off of us.
So you're meaning they're trying to calling it extortion because they didn't hire
you got
enough
us
people?
out here. Well, not only that, you got us out here, and now you want to charge $4 for a bottle of water. Everybody's out here dehydrated and running out.
220,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some people who brought enough stuff, but there's always that portion of people who underestimate what they're going to need, and they run through all their supplies in the first day. Then they got to buy supplies. Well, it just so turns out that the people who are putting on this show are making a lot of money off of like bottled water and food and things like that. There's vendors out there. When you have a festival, you hire other vendors to come in and sell food and
merch,
supplies, and things like that.
Man, I heard I've heard stories that apparently there's a documentary out about Woodstock that's absolutely crazy. But I heard stories that like on the second and third day, people were like, taking over merch trucks and just throwing merch.
Apparently at the very end, it broke down into all-out chaos. Now, so they say it started, I guess, on the second day when Korn was playing.
Okay.
Now, this brings up an interesting aspect because the music in '99 was way different than the music of '69.
Yes.
This is the love, peace, and happiness era. The psychedelic blues and things like that were going on.
This was the Jinko Jeans wallet changing.
This was angry, new metal, rebellious, teens and 20-year-olds out there. It's a whole nother breed of people and a whole nother zeitgeist of society at that time. This was, I'm angry at my parents' time in music. I'm angry at society. I hate the world. There's mottos were going around like, I hate everyone equally. And things like that. And that was the general zeitgeist of music at the time. That was popular music, angry, and rebellious. So you got that aspect thrown in there, and Korn is playing, which tends to be, what was the forefront of the new metal movement, an angry band. Like their lyrics and things were fueled by anger and strife, and you can even say oppression. Growing up in LA and things like that, or
beating me down. Imagine if that song comes out on secondary and you
can think about it. There were no mosh pits in '69. That wasn't a thing that happened.
Dude, Woodstock 99 was a mosh pit.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole thing was a
giant 100,000 people just beating each other up. Yeah.
And you had brought up Korn, man. Imagine, okay, I would like to know like the lineup of who have all been there performing at Woodstock.
Well, 80 bands, I think.
80?
80, yeah.
Holy crap! So Trash Talkers,
which is not a spectacular number when you think about it. I've worked together in several years, and most of the years there were 100 artists performing.
Yeah, I mean, but I'd be willing to bet that these 80 bands were actually like big, well-known bands.
Yeah. It was a much bigger scale than the Gathering. Yeah.
Trash
That's
Talk,
10,000 people compared to 250,000 people.
So, before I move on to that, Trash Talkers, if you've been to Woodstock '99, please let us know your story.
Yeah,
we are
absolutely.
dying to hear your comments. But no, what I'm saying is so Korn, and this day two. I mean, let's say Korn comes on at 11 o'clock at night. You've been in the 100-degree weather. You tired.
You know what I just thought about? Not only Korn played that night. ICP played that night.
They were at the Woodstock.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh God. Dude.
Think about their lyrics out there in front of 200,000 people.
Dude, what a because that was 99.
Yeah.
What that 3-6 had. I bet push a mother.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
God. That would have been amazing. I saw,
a Cypress Hill played.
I want to. Okay, so here's a few things that made it. Why people are saying this was one of the worst concerts in history. The water problem, which we discussed.
Yes.
The hot tarmac, which we discussed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Guess what number 3 is?
What?
Insane Clown Posse's money
No
giveaway.
way.
I swear. It says Insane Clown Posse created a little mayhem during their set at Woodstock '99, performing on the East Stage on Friday night before George Clinton's Parliament Funkadelic. ICP was the first act to incite the crowd by throwing $100 bills into the audience and watching gleefully while a melee ensued.
Wow.
Considering how expensive water was at the fest and how personal pan pizzas were $12, it's not surprising that those Benjamins would start a ruckus.
They were probably, you know what though? They were probably looking at that like, I'm helping these people out.
No, these people are starving.
Yeah, exactly.
Dehydrated. I'm getting that 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure you want to elaborate on that, but a few more things. Kid Rock's recycling program was something bad that happened.
Recycling program?
Yeah, while much of the chaos at Woodstock '99 came on Saturday evening, Kid Rock planted some seeds of aggression during his early afternoon set. Sandwiched between slots by the Tragically Hip and Wyclef Jean, Kid Rock took to the stage and demanded that the kids pelt the stage with plastic water bottles.
Huh.
Wow. The constant shout of "Show your tits."
Oh yeah.
The horn dog ratio in the Woodstock '99 crowd rivaled only that of your local Hooters. Whenever a woman walked on stage, whether to MC or perform, they were immediately greeted with demands to show your tits. Wow,
that was very common in the late 90s.
Yeah, it's when Rosie Perez took the stage to introduce DMX was there. God, the crowd shouted their request, and the actress dropped probably the funniest, most memorable line of Woodstock '99: $3.99 Blockbuster. Go rent, do the right thing. That's awesome.
That's funny.
There's so many. Dave Matthews, Hornball, whatever that means. America, F ya. The Tragically Hip gets shouted down. Vern Troyer, whatever that is. A truck randomly driving through the audience.
Wow.
Runaway cops. Crowd surfing. No vacancy. The emergency artist stage. Woodstock.com goes wild. Overcrowding. Wyclef's horrible Hendrix impersonation. Creed, Let It Roll, Baby Roll. Multiple sex assaults. I could go on and on. Fire. I could go on, but with being at a time where you have, like you said, aggressive music, where F society, F whatever, we're going to do what we want to do, and we don't care what you have to say about it. So Insane Clown Posse comes out there, and you throw in that money, that's and this is early Saturday, that's going to automatically start some problems. But after, so Korn, then I guess it was ICP.
Well, I think ICP went on before Korn, but
okay, so let's say ICP.
But Kid Rock was on before Korn also.
Okay, so let's start with ICP. Okay,
yeah,
you got people going crazy, so that's one riot. Kid Rock, now you got another riot. Korn, oh Lord, now you got another one. But you know who I've heard that they say is one of the one that actually like
Limp
Bizkit, bro. Yeah. They said that they were like inciting riots.
Well, I mean, you got a band that comes out and plays a song called Breaks, so people start breaking. Yeah, apparently that's what really set them off on I think it was the final night that Limp Bizkit played, and really set off the crowd, and they started destroying the scenery. They were eating the scenery at that time.
Dude, they were climbing towers, I've heard, setting things on fire.
So apparently it was all capped off by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, Red Hot Chili Peppers is not the rebellious, just break everything type of band. Yeah, this is funk music. Yeah, exactly. They're just out there having fun. But the crowd had already been riled up for 3 days at this point, and they were starting to burn things, and because they had all had candles.
Oh,
they had candles that were given out, so that they could do the whole, the lighter thing.
Turn your light on,
for the finale or whatever.
Yeah.
So at that point, they just started using those candles to burn things down, and so after all the artists had finished performing, you got a raging fire over here.
Oh my God.
You got feces and urine flooding through the streets. You got cars being turned over. You have people being fighting and knocked out.
And the sexual assaults, man.
Sexual assaults.
Terrible.
They're breaking into the merch trucks and just taking whatever they want and leaving.
I have a question. And if they're breaking into merch trucks, stealing merch, why not? If you're that thirsty, and I'm not condoning this in any way.
Yeah, take the water.
Take the water.
I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were.
I mean,
but, some people are more worried about
merch.
I got to get that T-shirt.
You seen that limp bizkit hat, bruh? I am dying of thirst. Nah, but we got to get that hat, bruh. Got to get that hat.
I think I'll go for the water.
Yes, I'm going for the water, man.
But in the end, they eventually got the crowd calmed down. Multiple arrests were made.
Wait, did they though? I don't think the crowd was ever calmed down. I think the show was just over. People left, and
oh yeah, exactly. I mean, eventually, they're not still there to this day, burning stuff down, but it dissipated, and there were multiple arrests made. Eventually, you got enough police force out there to start pushing people out. Like, even though they're not arresting everyone, there were people arrested.
Right.
Eventually they're like, y'all just take it home, just get out of here.
Go. Man, and if any trash talkers are watching this that had bad experiences at Woodstock, man, our hearts are with you, because we have seen some tragic stories or read some tragic stories and tragic things from the comments from the trash talkers, man. But
we'd love to hear your personal testimony.
I would love to hear.
We will play it on this show.
Yes,
if you send in one.
Man, here's the question: 99. You high school, right?
Yeah.
Would you have went? I 1,000% would have went.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That really wasn't an option. I don't even remember anyone talking about it.
I don't. 99. Damn, I don't either. Now that you bring it up.
Yeah, but maybe if it was something happening in Atlanta, I would have probably been there. Like Music Midtown. Everybody went down there every year.
Dude, you think Slipknot performed at Woodstock 99?
I don't think they were big enough at the time.
Oh.
Because 99 was when people were just discovering who they were.
If you had to guess, who do you think you want to look up? Let's look up the lineup.
Bring up the lineup.
Who do you think the biggest artist was to perform at
Metallica, maybe?
Oh my, Metallica was there. That is right.
That's another one. They're up there playing Kill 'Em All.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, you would think, like, overall, I mean, I don't know who was the biggest on the charts at that time. Maybe Limp Bizkit.
Okay, so oh man, hold on. I want to see, because I want to see something. Hold on, let's see something. Reception, man. Just the controversy. The heat is what I think. I mean, obviously.
Oh, that definitely adds. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, violence, heat, but I wanna. So, let's see. Okay, so looks like this isn't the entire, but a few people that performed there. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Korn, Metallica, and guess who comes on probably after Metallica?
Who?
Sheryl Crow. I feel so bad.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't seem like... I mean, I'm sure they tried to get all genres in there.
Yeah, and I would expect him to, like, okay, this is your genre.
You would think like, okay, this is going to be, the thrash metal night,
Exactly.
or something like that. Like with the Gathering, they'll have a separate stage for the rock bands to play on, and and the main stage is usually just hip hop artists.
See, if I was the promoter, I would do it like that. I would say, okay, Friday, you got your chill kind of relaxed bands, and later at night, we might turn it up a little bit, get you some grunge or some industrial, and then Saturday, then we're gonna start off chill again, then we'll turn up a little bit more. Sunday, we're gonna start off chill again, and then we'll get ready.
Yeah, exactly.
But so Sheryl Crow, Metallica, Everclear, DMX, Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, Rage is another one. Yeah, I mean, Rage Against the Machine.
Rage. Oh my dude. What's the song that you think they did there that probably just turned the people up?
Bulls on Parade. Killing in the Name.
Killing in the Name.
Yeah.
Oh man. Dude, it's so weird because if you look at some of these people, Buck Cherry, I'm not sure who that is. Bush was there. Collective Soul.
Oh wow, that's an Atlanta artist.
Creed, I mean, Alanis Morissette, Jewel, Counting Crows.
Jules is more like Sheryl Crow,
Yeah,
Jewel.
It's just, I mean, Elvis Costello, Godsmack. It's just weird when you hear.
Wow, that's a eclectic lineup.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, they went all over the map, but like I said, they were probably trying. Is that the order though?
No,
okay.
It was just some of the.
Yeah, hopefully they did that. Hopefully they sectioned them off.
Oh wow, I think it was 90. Oh no, I'm sorry, man. I really hope, man. ICP, Lit, Buckcherry, The Roots, Parliament Funk, James Brown was at Woodstock.
He opened it up, if I remember right.
Really?
Yeah.
Ha!
I feel good.
Get on up, man. The Offspring was there.
Yeah.
Whoever Bruce Hornsby is. Ice Cube was there.
Yeah.
Man.
Ice Cube does every festival.
Does he?
Yeah.
Man, Alanis Morissette, Metallica. I'm sorry, but you have to control the flow of the artist. You can't let ICP come out and then Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to gradually work your way up.
Yeah, you got to have a build up. Yeah.
Man, I would like to see ICP's performance from that.
I've seen it before.
The 99?
Yeah.
Where they were actually throwing out $100 bills?
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I would like to see his performance. I'd like to see Korn's.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Limp Bizkit's, Metallica's, a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Do you think what?
We talked about it before, but there was actually a beef that came out of that between Korn and ICP.
Talk about it.
I don't remember exactly what started it. I think they saw each other backstage or something, but yeah, ICP actually made a diss song
About Korn?
Not a whole song, but they put a diss in a song,
Right.
that spawned from that interaction there. Yeah.
Do you
Woodstock.
You remember how one of the lines went?
Oh, well, actually, I can't say it on here.
Okay, don't.
It was very explicit.
Don't. Okay. Yeah. But no, there's some. I feel like I would have been to that show if I was of age and was capable to go, and if it was local in Atlanta, I would go.
Yeah.
But once I saw, like, terrible things happen, sexual, acts and drugs use and violence, it's like, okay, this I gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't want no part of this. I'm out.
Especially now at this age, I'd be like, I think I gotta go, guys.
First thing I see, first punch I seen thrown. Smoke. Oh, come on, we gotta go, bro. Let's go.
This is not gonna end well.
Here's the question, though. Will there ever be another Woodstock?
I think they're trying. I think they're still trying to set up Woodstocks.
No way.
Yeah, well, one of them got canceled recently that they tried to do. Woodstock 50, I think it was, or whatever it was. Like 50 years later. But yeah, I think they still try to organize. I mean, I'm sure they learned from their mistakes in the past.
Huh. So Woodstock. Go ahead.
Let's see how many Woodstocks there has been. Because I only really know about the 3, but I know they've tried to set up more.
Yeah, you want me to look it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What were we trying to say?
They tried to set up more, I know, but they haven't been successful from what I know of. I don't know that they've actually put on a show since '99.
Okay, so there were only 3.
Yeah, okay.
So yet none actually were in the town of Woodstock. artsy haven of creativity and spirituality in New York's Ulster County that lent the show its name. The first Woodstock concert in 1969 was in Bethel, New York. I thought it was in California.
No, New York.
What?
You would think with all the hippies, it'd
That's
be
what
like
I
San
thought that.
Francisco or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, no, it's New York.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Every year, not every year, but every time there's a Woodstock, it's been in New York, then.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. If there's a new one, come to Atlanta. Well, let's think about it. If there was a Woodstock now, I think the music has changed somewhat to where, and especially with how society is now.
Yeah, I don't think it would be as violent.
Nah.
Not this day and age.
I don't think so.
Because the 90s were a unique time. It was a culmination of, mass media and the internet dawning.
Yeah.
And, you think about the internet and dawning of the internet, it was a wild west.
Yeah.
Which the likes of you don't see now unless you're some dark web guy or something,
Yeah.
Like the society has definitely mellowed out since the 90s.
Yeah. Do you think it would be a quarter of what the Woodstock 99 was like? A quarter of the
I mean,
bad
I'm sure
thing?
there would be some bad things go on.
Because look at it like this. I've heard stories from Burning Man, the concert, or shout out to Johnny. He just went to I think Johnny just went to Woodstock. No,
Bonnaroo,
Lollapalooza, one of them.
Yeah.
But those are these concerts for 3 days.
Yeah.
So if you're out there for 3 days, bro, you're like, you know what I mean? Coachella.
Yeah.
A gathering. How long are gatherings?
3 days.
3 days.
I think they've been 4 days in the past before, but
So when you did the gathering, and I know how many gatherings have you been to?
6.
You've been to 6 gatherings. Did you stay for all 3 days?
Yeah.
Y'all
I didn't stay like in a tent on the ground. Like I either stayed in the trailers backstage, or some years I had a hotel.
Dang. That's what. See, imagine doing. That's the one thing I don't understand is like literally. So for 72 hours, you're on a field.
Yeah.
And just sleeping wherever you want.
Yeah. Well, if you got a tent, which is always dangerous. At the gathering, there's kind of like a code because all these people, are kind of a certain creed.
Yeah.
And they have an understanding, don't mess with me, I ain't gonna mess with you. We're all friends here,
Right.
It's family.
Right. That's what they say.
But there has been instances where, like, an outsider, I guess you could say, would come in and they found this one guy stealing from the campsites and stuff, and they found him and beat him up, and they found his car and tore it to pieces.
Wow.
And things like that.
Were you there?
And, yeah. It was like Juggalo justice,
Oh my God. What's the craziest thing you've seen at a gathering?
Something I can say on here?
Yeah, something you can publicly say.
I mean, drug use,
Yeah.
gangbangs.
Oh my God. Okay, stop. God. Like how many people we talking about?
I had just 2 or 3 guys and 2 or 3 girls and people standing around watching,
Oh my God, man.
Not like anything nefarious. It's willing people.
Yeah, that's. I mean, with all the bad things that happened at Woodstock '99, how many of those people were consenting?
Yeah, see that was a lot more nefarious than
than
things that I've seen. Yeah,
dude, it's amazing how times have changed because you're not getting away with a quarter of that. You're not getting away with any of that they did, man. And it's like back then, dude. It's just like you said, the '90s was just a different time, and it's messed up if you sit and think about it. Like a lot of those bad things that happened there. I'm sure most of those people did not want that. They didn't deserve those things.
Yeah,
I didn't ask to get punched in the jaw. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why? I mean, and I'm sure there was a lot of court cases behind that too.
I bet there was. Yeah.
Man.
Well, there were arrests made, so there were definitely court cases coming from an arrest. Yeah.
I'd be curious to know how many people were arrested.
Good question.
With a 250,000, how many? That's the question.
Hundreds. I mean, there's hundreds of arrests at gatherings.
Is it?
Oh yeah, those little towns around there. I don't know about now, but back then it was always in Cave and Rock, Illinois, which is a really small town.
Wait, that's the places the gathering was at?
That's where it was always at back then. Yeah, when I went to them, but I think they went to different locations.
Ever Atlanta?
Ohio and. No, they've done Colorado before, but I don't think they've ever done Atlanta.
Damn.
But they usually stay in the Midwest, like right around there, because they're from Detroit, you know.
Right.
So they stay closer to home. But it'd be nice if they'd come to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Go back to another one.
Heck yeah, you know him personally, so
Yeah.
we get backstage,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
Man, yeah, Trash Talkers, let us know your experience if you've been to Woodstock, because this is one that me and Smoke are dying to read the comments on.
Mhm.
I mean, 'cause
Absolutely.
we really didn't know it was. We knew it was bad, but we didn't know it was that bad. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Shmodo,
What up?
let's get into some OMG.
And some WTF.
Yes, and again, guys, if you're new here, OMG is Oh My Georgia, and
Yeah.
WTF is
What the Florida?
What the Florida. Go ahead, you start off with your What the Florida, Smokey.
All right. Well, this one comes from June 11th of 2012. Florida man arrested for calling 911 after his kitten was denied entry into a strip club.
Wait a minute, hold on. Read that again.
Florida man arrested for calling 911 after his kitten was denied entry into a strip club.
I need to hear this.
Looks like someone took the 5-letter P word the wrong way.
Oh no, really? That's crazy.
On June 5th, a 47-year-old man, well, I'm going to leave the name out, outside of Emerald City Strip Club in Murdoch, Florida, continuously called 911 after the club's owner denied him entry because of his 4-legged friend. A cat baby is what it says.
Oh man.
After the cops showed up, they put him into a cab and tried to send him home, which was a fail.
Uh-oh.
Since he was severely intoxicated and continued to call 911. Later, he was arrested and now facing charges of misuse of the emergency calling system, disorderly intoxication, and trespassing after warning.
Wait, what?
And resisting arrest without violence.
So he was obviously drunk.
Yeah, he was just completely intoxicated, wanted to go in the strip club with his cat.
Well, how big was this cat? That's what I'm saying.
It said it was a kitten, so I'm guessing it was small.
What's the problem?
And nowadays, you could actually probably pull that off. You know,
Yeah.
you just say it's a support animal.
What? Okay, to this strip club. Why y'all ain't letting the man bring the cat in? What's wrong with that? There's plenty of cat in there. No pun intended, but...
Yeah, well, the story indicated that he may have been misunderstanding the term.
Oh, wow. I mean... I don't. That's interesting. Like, hey, I just want my. But again, you said he was inebriated, so he probably was just like, "You're not gonna let kittens in there. Mittens isn't gonna. You're not gonna let mittens."
I can't bring Mr. Fuzzy Toes in.
Yeah,
I just bring. Come on. I just bring Mr. Fuzzy Toes.
Mr. Fuzzy Toes. Oh man, what the Florida? All right, oh my Georgia, Smokey. So, the court bans elves on the shelf.
Really?
Yeah. So the court finds that elves on the shelf, elves represent a distraction to school students and a risk to the emotional health and well-being of Cobb's young children. Inexplicably, elves sometimes move and don't move overnight. When these elves do not move, it leaves our children of tender years in states of extreme emotional distress. The undersigned recalls a horrific incident in his own home where 3 children were sent to school in tears, with one child being labeled an elf murderer and accused of making the elf lose his magic. The court has no doubt that the day of education was lost to everyone. Given the risk posted to our most vulnerable children outlined above, coupled with COVID and supply chain issues, the court has no choice but to banish all elves on shelves from Cobb County.
Oh, wow.
What do you think about that?
That's weird. That's weird. Cobb County is the county right next or right above Fulton County.
Yes,
and
north side.
basically a big suburb, but it is part of the metro Atlanta area.
Yes, north side.
Yeah. That's weird.
So here's my question. You've heard the things about elves on the shelves.
Yeah.
So, I always try to play devil's advocate on things. So, yes, I can understand if, young kids, you're like, listen, I heard that elf moves, and I can't go to sleep because that elf's going to get me. Like, Freddy Krueger back in the day when you was a kid.
Yeah.
So, I can understand, hey, look, take the elves off so the kids can finish their schoolwork and they're not, scared to go to sleep. But then again, on the other hand, it's like, dude, this is tradition.
Yeah.
This is tradition.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a new tradition though, because I know we didn't have those when I was a kid.
We didn't. When I was a kid, we didn't have that either.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
But apparently kids have grown really accustomed to them.
To elves on the shelves?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, where, do you have one?
No.
I don't have. I know my mom does.
I don't even understand really how you're supposed to work that.
What do you mean?
Like, you just sit it on the shelf and you move it every night and tell the kids that it's moving?
Well, no. According to legend, elves on the shelves are magical, and they'll sit there. Like, there's actually,
and they're supposed to tell Santa what the kids, or they're watching the kids to make sure they do right.
And there's actually some videos. Some people say there's fake of elves on shelves moving. And that's the thing. It's like they move, and when you're not watching, and like I can show you videos of like the eyes moving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think when you're talking about Christmas, you want jolly old Saint Nick. But this freaking elf on the shelf is freaking me out. Okay, get this elf out of here.
Yeah,
man. Oh my Georgia. But
so apparently some kids are scared of them, and some. How does the kid get to be called a elf murderer?
Guys, go, look deeper into that story. Look deeper.
Definitely.
But yeah, elves were banned in Cobb County, Georgia. Interesting. So yeah, that's OMG and WTF. And guys, if you want a story played, if you have interesting, anything interesting or crazy or paranormal that happened where you're from, send us a
video or audio clip.
Yeah, audio clip, 1 minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, what have you, to the email down on the bottom, and we'll play it on next episode.
Yeah.
Today we have one from Sean. Let's see what old Sean has to say.
All right.
Hi guys, my name is Sean.
That's right.
Hi guys, my name is Sean Curran. I am from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I am 23, about to be 24 years old in August 6th to be exact. My story actually is from a long time ago when I was a little kid. I was maybe, I think 3, and I was in my grandmother's house, which is known to be very creepy. And her house looks like Halloween, basically. She's my goth grandmother. She's the best. Her favorite bands are Cradle of Filth, and Ghost.
Wait a minute. Shout out to your grandma for liking Cradle of Filth and Ghost.
Yeah,
shout out,
awesome.
Shout out to her.
And so I was maybe, like I said, about 3 years old, and I was standing at the bottom of her stairs playing with some toys or doing something as a little kid. You know how we all are. So I'm sitting there just minding my own business, doing what I do, and then I looked up at the top of the stairs and I seen a figure standing there randomly.
Wow.
Now, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just some random person that was hanging out at my grandmother's house. I didn't pay no mind of it at first. Then he looked at me, right at me, and he had these red eyes, kind of like Lucifer from Supernatural, if you guys know that show. So I was like, uh-oh. And he started slowly making his way down the stairs, and I was kind of just like mesmerized by him. And as he made his way down the stairs, he reached out with his hand, and he touched my butt. And I know that sounds creepy, but it's true. And then he disappeared.
What?
And then I ran into the kitchen where my grandmother, my mom, and my mom's friend were, and I told them, Mom. So, and I made up this name. I don't know what I don't remember what name, but my mom says I made up this name, and she was like, yeah, you said this kind of a name, and then you were like, yeah, blah 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 wants to play with me. He wants to have fun or something of the sort. And my grandmother and my mom looked at each other like, there is nobody here by that name. We don't have any idea what you're talking about. Wow. So that's my ghost story. Wow. And I have plenty more. So if you guys ever want to hear more, I will send you guys more. I'm a big fan. Shout out to the Trash Talkers. Shout out to you both. Love you guys. And peace.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Sean.
Appreciate it, Sean.
Wow, that's creepy.
That would be something that would haunt me for the.
He said this happened. Well, obviously it has.
Yes. Now, okay. Last podcast, Justin had sent one in and said, his 7-year-old daughter had seen something. You know? Now, Sean was 3.
Yeah.
And we had said that there might be some connection with kids being under the age of 7 that can see these things.
Yeah.
Now, this one, imagine you going to your grandmama's house. You're looking upstairs, and there's something with red eyes comes down and just mesmerizes you and touches you. You know?
It's crazy that he remembers it, though.
Exactly.
Because usually they lose the memories at around 7, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if he actually remembers it, or, well, I guess he does, because he vividly described it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if it was just recounting from his parents, telling him over and over, like, you told us this is what happened.
Yes. Could be. Or it could have been a dream. You know, it could have been a dream that you thought was real, because we all have those, you know. You have dreams and you swear that it happened. Or you could have
just had an encounter with a being not of this dimension.
A tulpa, if you will.
Oh, it could be a tulpa.
You want to talk about that for a second?
Well, tulpas are thought forms, basically. When you put so much energy into creating a being or anything really inside your mind, the thought is that if you put so much thought into something, it will eventually come true. There's the thing of the creator of Constantine, I think it is. He actually said that he's met Constantine in real life one time.
Wow.
And he thought maybe it's because he put so much time into creating this character that he eventually manifested it into reality.
Man, look, we actually did a podcast a long time ago about tulpas, if you guys want to check that out. But Sean...
But see, this is different because that's not happening from a kid unless someone else is actually, you know, in the house or in the family that is putting so much thought into creating this character that it manifested it. And there have been stories of people creating beings and other people seeing those beings. Yes.
Yeah, man. Sean, I hope mentally you're okay with that, or you're doing okay with that, because that, for me, that'd be a very traumatic experience. Yeah, for life. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your story. We really, really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Again, you want to let them know how they can get on the show again?
Yeah, definitely. If you guys have a crazy story, which seems to be supernatural is the theme lately, paranormal.
Amber's wasn't really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anything that's crazy that has went on in your life and your town, or you have a story that's been passed around the neighborhood for years, record us a audio message and send it to the email down below, and we will play you on the show.
Absolutely, guys.
Try to keep it clean, though.
Yes,
of course.
Try to keep it clean, 100%. Anything else, Mother?
That's it for this week.
Awesome, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning into the Trash Talkers podcast. And with that being said, my name is Hollywood 6. Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez Cowan.
And we are
over
and
out.
Deuces.